Uh, Thanks, Sriram. I was actually waiting for a formal exit, but anyway, thank you. So, very good afternoon to everybody. My name is Ashish, and I'd just like to introduce you and run you through an initiative that NASSCOM has, which is called Emerge. And as Sriram had mentioned earlier, NASSCOM is an industry body in India, but that does not mean that it's only catering to the organizations in the enterprise space. A lot of and a large significant chunk of the IT industry in the country comprises of these small and medium enterprises, SMEs as we call them. So I'll just run you through some of the things that NASSCOM does from the perspective of these SMEs. So the agenda is going to be structured like we'll just share the vision for 2020. We will talk about some challenges that SMEs face. We'll talk about an emerging ecosystem and try and get some insights into the way forward. So to begin with, as far as the vision is concerned, we're talking about the opportunities to create product companies for the Indian market. Now when we say product companies, we're talking about companies having new, innovative, differentiated ideas. As CompuLinks mentioned, smart cards could be one of them, right? And going forward, a number of other things, and you'll be surprised as to what kind of interesting ideas people come up with really. Second is to enhance IT usage in SMEs across all segments. So the IT penetration, IT utilization, effective utilization, how to enhance that right across all segments. As you know, IT is a resource, if not deployed correctly, can have more disastrous consequences than anything else. Third is to help SMEs in the IT industry to improve business practices and become competitive in a global market. And how to do that, I'll touch upon further going forward. And the last is to set in motion initiatives to nurture 500 product companies out of India in the next 5 years. And that will then snowball into 2000 by 2020. That at least is the vision of Emerge. In terms of challenges for SMEs, you will see a pseudo tag cloud given here on this slide. And the idea behind the tag cloud is that the more visual stress has been given on each attribute, the more important that attribute is from the perspective of an SME. So the one that really stands out in all of these is operational excellence. How does an SME achieve operational excellence? Similarly, there are other things that go around best practices, go-to-market strategies. You got a product, you have an idea, how do you capitalize it, how do you take it forward? Scaling, you might establish a business, you might do a number of other things, how do you scale and grow it, right? So these are some of the areas which SMEs typically face, and these are some of the areas in which precisely they'll be able to get help from the NASSCOM Emerge initiative. And as a matter of statistics, there are more than 4,000 SMEs in the country currently, comprising a mix of products, BPO and IT, with a revenue of less than $10 million. Right. Right. Now, in terms of the next thing, look at the challenges, some of the fundamental challenges that are faced again. Some of these I touched upon in the previous slide. They're elaborated a little more over here. Most important, let's look at the solutions as to how these challenges can be addressed. So, if you look at the bottom left quadrant, you will have how to address the most fundamental revenue earning challenge that small and medium enterprises have, which is the sales and marketing strategy. How do you cross the $5 million chasm, as they say? There's a standard benchmark line. You cross that, you've done something good. And crossing that is really the challenge that most of these organizations face. How do you do robust financial analysis, and how do you make that really work for the organization? That's the most fundamental thing. Moving on and building on that, you will now move to the bottom right hand quadrant, where you will have how to generate and create sustainable marketing strategies that will make the company and keep the company afloat, especially in the times of challenging economic times as we face nowadays. And how do you build and grow a reliable customer base? Then we move to the top left quadrant, where we talk about customer satisfaction increasing initiatives, customer engagements, not just a sale and a transaction and exit. It's more engaging the customer with a number of things. Also reckoning on a proper and a sound business model, because the business model is the most foundational aspect of any business. And going to the top right quadrant, you will have the new opportunities and expansion into different areas. So you have a core product or an offering, you want to diversify that into related or ancillary products. How do you do that? You will have specific initiatives around that as well. Getting into specifics now, there's some pain points which a lot of us here could possibly relate to. 90% of startups fail within the first year. If you look at the cloud environment, I'd say this gets shortened further to fail within the first 3 months, because the cloud actually enables you to do something, learn from it very fast, fail if you have to, pick yourself up and go on and do something better, right? Majority of these startups are personally funded, and therefore financing projects and ventures becomes hard for these people. The costs of entering new businesses are higher than ever by virtue of higher barriers to entry or other factors. Entrepreneurs typically start companies at an average of 39 years of age with a fairly reasonable amount of industry experience behind them. So if you look at this reality and contrast it with what a Steve Jobs or a Bill Gates would have done, dropping out of college, coming up with this idea and having a miraculous hit organization, it's not really that way anymore. However, that shouldn't deter the younger entrepreneurs who actually have, as long as the idea has merit, as long as the business model and the business plan is solid, there's nothing to stop anybody from going ahead on this. Okay, so now that we've got the pain points and the overall scenario and characteristics of small and medium enterprises, let's see what the Emerge initiative is all about. Now, again, we have some key areas. So I'd like you to look at the bottom of the tree first. And here we would talk about, again, the bottom left quadrant first, business opportunities. We're sitting here in this room. That's a capitalized exemplification of this. Okay. So trade leads, access to emerging markets, social networking, and inward-outward delegations is one of the characteristics that this forum and initiative would bring to the table. Now, move forward and come to the bottom right quadrant again. It will offer a sounding board with problems that an organization might be having. You want advice, you want help on something, you can actually get access to an industry mentor who would typically be an industry captain with decades of experience behind him or her, and then get expert insights and guidance into your initiative and your business plan to help you avoid some of the pitfalls that otherwise you would typically get into, right? So there are advisory boards and there are consulting organizations and consulting that goes into this whole thing. Going up now to the top left quadrant, you would have something called the Emerge 50 leaders and the Emerge 50, which essentially give you a lot of branding opportunities. So I'll talk about this a little more in detail, but essentially the top 50 companies, which are the ones to look out for, so to speak, as identified by NASSCOM, are given exclusive forums where they present what they're all about, they present their success stories, their growth stories, and other people can learn from their experiences.
Who makes it work and what makes it so popular?
So who makes it work? The answer is NASSCOM. What makes it popular? I think content is the key thing, because if people see a value in what is being delivered, as you possibly did, that is what really makes it work. Because in the small and medium enterprise community, as you know, word of mouth is the single biggest source of making something work or not making it work. So I think the key content and the quality knowledge transfer that happens in these sessions and forums, that is the important part.
Maybe I can take that.
No, I'm asking.
I can see. Everybody feeling that NASSCOM is generally doing mostly for large companies. There's not much happening for smaller companies. And then there was this initiative we said, well, I'm also speaking from my own experience because we as Iridium are part of creation of this strategy. We came out with a 3-year roadmap and we successfully deployed it. And the inside story between the 4 walls is that we said, is there a way we can actually create a self-sustaining model And if you really look at it, there is a give and take going on here. As a small business, we would want to have branding opportunities, we would want to be heard of, we would need business needs so that we can grow. And we also don't know what we don't know. So we need access to some best practices. And we need a sounding board because we want to bounce it off. As much as small businesses are looking for answers for this, they are also contributing. Most of the small businesses are led by a tech entrepreneur or somebody who specializes in something. Like for example, I am running a digital marketing company. I'm recently more aware and well educated than others. So I come in and speak in some of this Friday 2 hours forum. Okay, so the guy who comes and speaks in the Friday 2 hours forum is getting a platform to present himself and it's an exposure for them. But the outcome of that is we generate a podcast, we generate a blog post, which is a content. There are only 40 people who attended that, but there are so many 1,400 members who would now learn from what happened in the single forum, and then they start doing the conversations on that. That's when the community started happening. It's really like a tree. The roots are strengthening and growing deeper, and the fruits are being seen on the top. So the answer to your question, single word, it is done by members, for members, and contributed by all of them. Okay, maybe that's what you wanted to hear. And to just also give you an idea, there are these emerge forums that happen, and there is one that's happening November 19th and 20th. We'll look at the dates and share with you. It's called Product Forum. It's exclusively done only for the product companies, and as NASSCOM, we would like to invite you all to attend that and learn from other product companies. There's also another large forum that happens called NILF, NASSCOM India Leadership Forum. Generally, it's about 1,800 to 2,000 who is who from IT industry from across 70 countries participate, and that's a great forum. It happens mostly the second week of February. If you have not already done so, please block a date and try and attend them. I think Eunice, you had the privilege of attending a couple of them, and you can share those experiences. The point I was trying to make here is some of these forums, the speakers, the content, everything is organized by the members themselves. And NASSCOM is only a governing body which ensures that we're sticking to the frame.